Right. So today we are going to discuss about what are the different key components, especially in EDI infrastructure. Because when we are working on EDI, especially EDI transformation, uh, wherein we connect with different systems, right? So when you want to raise any kind of purchase orders, invoices, right? So through supplier system, when we are connecting. So maintaining EDI infrastructure is one of the key and important element which is to be known with. So in regard to understanding about the EDI infrastructure, before understanding about the infrastructure, EDI infrastructure, anyway, that I'm going to discuss in the next coming sessions as because I'm taking an exclusive training on EDI, as you know, right? So as a EDI specialist, how this can be addressed. So in the process of learning EDI infrastructure, you must be knowing about the key components first. So there are different key components, something like EDA standards, EDA communication protocols, EDA translation software, EDA mapping, EDA integration with business systems. So these are the different components we have. So EDA standards are majorly the formats or the kind of protocols that we define. How the EDA electronic documents must be structured and as well as transmitted into the common standards. We are using different file formats as in when like something like X12, at the same time EDA fact, XML files, right? So all these will be used. Next, when it comes to the communication protocols are concerned, there are different methods to transmit the data, something like FTP or SFTP, file transfer protocols or secure file transfer protocols. Along with that, even AS2 also we use, so like applicability statement 2, which is basically a common protocol for securing communications over any web related issues or something. Next, we use WAN, which is a value added network, majorly provides services relating to transmission of EDA documents in a secure phase. Along with that, we normally use EDA translation softwares also. There are different softwares now and then. So that part I'll be discussing in the coming days, how this can be used and all. So what are the different business documents required for EDI format and how is this translation of mapping the data from internal systems to external systems and how this can be performed by doing some reverse operation, converting EDI messages back to the internal systems. Everything comes under the translation software. After that, next one about EDI mapping. EDI mapping majorly focusing on process of converting the data between different formats, something like any internal system formats or any kind of EDI standards or any kind of external or internal systems that we are using for EDI mapping. Everything will be comes under the EDI mapping part. After that, the next one about EDI integration with business systems, wherein this is something useful for us to uh, automate any kind of exchange of data towards any kind of EDA solutions. Apart from that, whatever the integration for any kind of organization systems that we are using, so that we have to make sure the kind of internet system, something like any kind of ERP system, something like enterprise resource planning systems, or any kind of CRM related systems, or any kind of WMS warehouse management systems. Everything is are being used for this. So these are something uh, essentially required. So when we are using EDA infrastructure, what are the different key components? So these are the different key components normally we use whenever we are working on the EDA part. So one is about EDA standards, second about EDA communication protocols, next one about EDA translation softwares, next EDA mapping, followed by EDA integration with business systems, all these. So these are the different components we use in EDA infrastructure and how this can be built, right? How this can be implemented. This part we are going to discuss in the next week.